weight fluctuations are entirely normal. Sometimes they can be just a result of also stress or intense workouts. That's another reminder because hey everyone, welcome to our podcast. I am so excited for today's topic because we are going to be talking about weight fluctuations. How many of you have experienced that sudden 5 pounds jump on the scale after a night out, where you eat maybe a little bit more food than you normally eat? Raise your hand, okay? Maybe also you just woke up and you find the scale has gone up for absolutely no specific reason at all, right? You know, guys, what exactly I'm talking about. And that's why I'm here with this episode, because I want for you the next time you step on the scale and the scale being up to feel calm and not let the scale to dictate the mood for the day. Now, I want you to picture something. You step on the scale the morning after a big meal. Let's say you go out for a sushi, which is normally what happens to me. And there is those 5 extra pounds staring back at you. Guys, how do you feel? Like literally do a self-check and ask yourself how that affects my mood. How does it make me feel? Do I just look at the number and say whatever, it's 5 pounds, it's okay? Or do I let that number ruin my day? If you are anything like I used to be, the number can send you into absolute shitty mood, making you feel like you're not making any progress, that all the hard work that you're putting in is just not paying off, and you end up feeling super frustrated. You're probably going to feel also discouraged, like I said, because you're just not seeing the results that you want immediately or at that specific moment, and you just don't understand why the scale is up. Then, if again, you're anything like me, you start over analyzing everything you ate, trying to figure out why the scale is jumping up. You wonder if all the hard work is just slipping away, and it will make it so easy for you to have a bad mood right away and feel like you can just throw the towel. You might just not even follow your diet for the day, or you're going to do opposite, which I'm going to talk about. But here is the thing, it's not what you think. And that's why I'm here with this episode, because I have so many messages from people, including even our own clients, sending messages like, oh my God, Martina, the scale went up. I don't know why. I didn't do really anything. I didn't overeat. I just don't understand why the scale is going up. So again, I'm here to explain why this sudden weight gain is likely just your body doing what it does best. So let me share a little bit of my personal story with you first. You guys know that I struggle with horrible relationship with food and low self-esteem and no confidence whatsoever, hating my body. So please take this for me. This is not someone who's been always fit talking to you, okay? I was a mess for many, many years. So like I said, if you are anything like me, in the past, if I stepped on the scale and saw the spike after, let's say, the big dinner out, whatever was sushi, or it could be just steak and mashed potatoes and cheesecake, whatever, I would completely freak out. There was one night when I went for all you can eat, probably more than one night, but let's just talk about this specific night because I remember that. And I'm talking about I ate a lot of sushi, okay? You know that I can eat a lot of food, so I ate a lot. And the next morning, I stepped on the scale and I was convinced that I had ruined everything because the scale went up 6 pounds, not even exaggerating. When I saw the number, my instinct was to literally double up down on cardio and drastically cut my calories, to the point where I would literally starve myself the first thing in the morning. I would think of okay, I need to eat as little as possible because I've gained 6 pounds. So I would freak out. And I thought that I have to avoid carbs entirely and trying to undo the damage that I did. And that wasn't damage. This is so stupid. But anyway, that's what I would do. And I've done it always. After stepping on the scale, seeing the scale go up, I would just go completely into like, I don't even want to say beast mode, because it was like a stupid mode, like thinking that I need to starve myself. But here is the thing. Eventually, thank God, I have learned something that I want to teach you today. Okay? Is the jump on the scale has absolutely, and mark my words, remember what I'm saying, it has absolutely nothing to do with fat gain. It was literally just my body responding to the amount of food and carbs I had eaten the previous night. That's it. Like, it's impossible for you to gain 6 pounds of fat, because in order for you to gain 1 single pound of fat, you have to be in a calorie surplus. Like, you have to eat above your maintenance 3,500 calories. Okay, I'm going to repeat it one more time. Above your maintenance, meaning that if my maintenance is 2,500 calories, which is the calories that if I eat, my body maintain its weight, so I don't lose weight, I don't gain weight. That's my maintenance. I would have to eat 2,500 plus 3,500 is 6,000 calories in order to gain 1 single pound of fat. So you would literally have to eat 6 times 3,500, calculate how much it is. It's impossible. You will never ever eat this much food. So it's impossible for you to gain 6 pounds of fat, okay? 1 pound of fat equals 3,500 calories. Remember this, write this down somewhere. Every time you want to freak out after eating half pack of the Oreos, you cannot gain that much weight, okay? Now, what is really happening when you see the scale or the number go up? Let me break it down for you. So first, we're gonna talk about water retention. Carbohydrates naturally pool in water. So when you eat carbohydrates, for every gram of carbs you eat, your body holds on about 3 to 4 grams of water. So if you had a big meal high in carbs, what do you see on the scale is mostly water. It's not fat. And you're going to probably feel a little like puffy and swollen, right? But that's normal. Like, this is literally just water. And number 2, I want to talk about is your glycogen storage. Your body stores carbs as glycogen in your muscle and liver, which is actually a good thing. Glycogen is your body's way of literally stocking up on energy for workouts and daily activities, moving around, having the energy, not feeling drained. So it will be temporarily weight gain due to water retention, but you will get rid of the water like within probably 48 hours, sometimes even faster. So again, it's only temporarily. Now, the weight won't go down until your body processes everything, which may take some time, okay? Because when you eat more, you obviously have all the food in your digestive system. So until you go to the bathroom and poop, you're not going to lose the weight. Like, you have the food in your digestive system. So till you get rid of it, you're not going to the scale to move down, but it will eventually drop. I promise you that. Oh, again, when the scale goes up after a meal like this, it is not fat. If you feel trapped in the cycle of chasing a number on the scale, that's literally, you guys, please remember this. It's the last indicator of your progress. If you follow me on social media, I've shared with you so many times that I literally I've been into my own fitness journey for, let's say, 12 years, right? And I'm the heavier side right now, but I'm actually looking the best I've ever looked, because I went through body recomposition, meaning that I have lost fat, but I've put on a lot of muscle over the last, let's say, 10 years. So my body looks way different than it looked even like 2-3 years ago. My body looks better, but I'm heavier than I was. And so if I was only focusing on the scale, I would be so discouraged and probably would never ever accomplish what I've accomplished at this point, because I would always think that the scale goes up, Martina is seeing no progress. Like, what am I even like trying to do here? Like, what's the point to go work out and lift weights and eat carbs and proteins and all this food? Like, what's the point, right? But that's such a wrong mindset. So again, that's the last indicator of your progress. And yes, it is a good tool to use, but it shouldn't be the only measure that you focus on. And again, I know how stressful those weight fluctuations can be because I've been there, but I encourage you to change your perspective on that number. One of my favorite tools is the Happy Scale app. I've mentioned that before. It calls Happy Scale. It allows you to log your weight daily or several times a week. Like if scale is causing you some, unhappy moments, probably don't weigh yourself every single day for now, but maybe if you weigh yourself like twice or 3 times a week, track that in the app Happy Scale, and it will take your average of your weight over time. And this will help you avoid like freaking out over the temporary fluctuations that I just mentioned, because those pounds that you see that increase are often just temporarily. So the app will take actually the average and gives you the number over time. So if you are maintaining or if you're maybe having more nights like this, so you're eventually like putting yourself in a calorie surplus and you're putting on slowly weight, which is also a good way to find out. But you can have 6 days when you're eating at calorie deficit, and then you have one night when you enjoy yourself, which is also one of the strategies that you can use if you're someone who likes to go for dinners every week. You can kind of like incorporate that into your lifestyle and still lose weight if you create a calorie deficit for the rest of the 6 days a week. And then if you track your weight over time, like I said, the scale will really give you a good average of like if you're like consistently dropping or if you're consistently gaining, and that's where you can adjust your plan. So now what I do now when I have nights like that and then step on the scale and the scale is up, right? I want to talk about that because I want you guys to get to the same point where I'm at today, because it's so freeing and you just feel like you have control over the scale, you know what I mean? And it's something that I've never thought that I would get to this point, but I am at this point and I want to teach you. So when I step on the scale after having a high carb heavy meal, like let's say the sushi night or a big plate of pancakes, because you guys know I love pancakes, and I see the number go up, I honestly just smile, because I've learned to appreciate that my body is saying thanks for the fuel, because food is always fuel. I no longer panic or punish myself with exercise or excessive workouts or drastic calorie cuts, because that always bites me in my butt. Okay, whether you think that you can cut your calories down and you're gonna last for several days, I can almost guarantee you that eventually you're gonna go and binge on tons of food. So don't do that. Please don't do that, okay? So like I said, I just appreciate that, my body is literally telling me, Martina, thanks for the fuel. I no longer punish myself because I understand that weight fluctuations are completely normal. And instead, I just focus on having a good workout the next day, because my body or my muscles are full of glycogen. And I typically have like a really good heavy workout. Typically, I do like a leg day and I just feel incredible. And that's what I want for you. Do the same thing. Instead of regretting and feeling guilty, just like go and tell yourself, okay, you know what? I actually like ate a lot. I feel like I maybe overate a little bit, but at least my muscles are full of glycogen and I can use it to power through my workout and maybe hit some PRs. So guys, remember that progress is more about consistency and how you feel overall, not just what the scale shows. You might even find that you feel better after a night of eating a little bit more. You might wake up more energized, just like overall happier, and there's nothing better than that. So if the scale brings you down or negatively affects your mental health, consider literally stepping away from it and checking your weight may be 2 or 3 days a month, or once a week, or once a month, and don't do that after having, night full of food, because if the scale goes up, you know that the scale will be up. So why are you stepping on the scale, putting yourself into this like shitty mood, because you know that it's temporary? I hope after this podcast, it's only temporary. So to wrap this up, you guys, this is literally just a reminder. Weight fluctuations are entirely normal and not solely related to how your body looks or if you put on fat or not, because it's impossible to gain that much fat overnight. Sometimes they can be just a result of also stress or intense workouts. That's another reminder, because if you start a new workout routine and you maybe hit some PRs, you are sending new stimulus to your muscles. You wake up, you feel sore the next day. Soreness means inflammation, which is not a bad thing, but your body will hold on to more water, which is going to reflect on the scale again. Or like I said, you might eat a little bit more salt. The night before you go to have a Vietnamese that is full of sodium, and that will hold on water as well. So again, weight fluctuations are normal, okay? Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. Don't let these fluctuations dictate your mood. I really appreciate every single one of you who listens to my podcast. Please, please, please do me a favor and share this episode with someone who you think that might like it or who would benefit from hearing this topic. And also, if you leave a comment, it makes a huge difference, because that allows my podcast to grow. So guys, enjoy rest of your day. Till next time. Bye.